Hexaquest is a trivia game that tries to take away that element of, like, the smart person in the room is always going to kick your face in. Does it do it well, though? Let's talk about it. What does that even mean, Bowers? Ahoy there, you two. We're back again today for another Thoughts from the Corner with my good friend Adam.
Yep.
And we're talking today about Hexaquest. This is for 2+ players, take it 15 to 90 minutes to play, and it's for ages 14+. And this is a trivia game, but let's show you how it's played first, and then we'll give you our thoughts on it. So the game of Hexaquest is going to look something like this. Now, the basic gist is that on your turn, you are going to grab one of the tiles from the outside. You'll slide it away. If you ever have to move anything to slide it away, you can't do it. So, for instance, I couldn't slide away this red one right here. Now, the numbers correspond to how many points you're going to get, but also how difficult the question is. They go all the way from 1, which will generally be very simple questions, to 5, which will be incredibly difficult unless you are just an absolute genius on whatever that topic is. Now, where that's offset a little bit is by the fact that every single question is a multiple choice question. And there's going to be, I think it's about 50-ish cards for each one of the categories with 5 separate questions on the back. But how it works is you would just slide out either a number or a topic. And so when you set it out, you're just going to randomly just put them all out there. So for this one, I know it's going to be an easy question, but I don't know the topic, and it's going to be a movie buff. So the person next to me would read the question aloud. They'd give me the 4 multiple choice questions, and if I get it wrong, then the tile immediately goes into the bag, and my turn is over. This goes to the bottom of the pile, and it goes to the next player clockwise. However, if I get it correct, then I can either stop, take my 1 victory point, and keep this in front of me to signify that I have 1 point, or I can press my luck and I can slide out another tile from anywhere on the board. You can do that up to 3 times. Now, you'll also notice that there's some ones that look like this that will have a 5 times 2 or a 3 times 2, and then a mystery. This means you get to pick the topic that you want, and it also means that you're going to get double the bonus points. So for this one, I would be answering a level 5 question for whatever topic I want, and if I get it right, it's going to be worth a whopping 10 points. However, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, so let's pretend that I had got that 1 pointer, for the movie buff question, and then I do this one and I get it wrong, then both of these go into the bag and it moves to the player on the left. And you're going to continue to do this, taking out tiles on your turn until all the tiles are gone, at which point whoever has the most points will be the winner of Hexaquest. Alrighty then, Hexaquest from Tumbling Heads. What are our final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. We did! Alright, Hexaquest from Tumbling Heads. What did we think about this? This was our first playthrough of this. I do want to mention that. But for trivia games, do you want me to start or you start?
I'll go first. Yeah, I thought it was really interesting because you can actually customize your deck, what you play with.
Yes.
Which is really nice. I mean, there's a lot of games that you're stuck with whatever they give you. This one, and when we were at Origins, we saw that they had a ton of expansions.
Yes. So the base game comes with 7 different types of categories, one of which is like a catch-all of all of them. And I think you get more of that aspect if you purchase the expansions. I think if you're just getting the base game, you're not going to get nearly as much of that because you just don't have as many things to choose from. But I also think that if you had a whole bunch of them and you didn't take some out, I think this game could really drag.
Oh, you can make it real long, or you can make it short by just putting in like 3 decks.
Which is the 15 to 90 minutes.
Yes, which is really nice that you can customize it like that. The hexes are really quality. Really
it feels
nice.
like a stretch goal. I wonder if that was a stretch goal because this was a Kickstarter.
Yeah, I mean, I and the bag is nice. Like all the components are really great.
The box insert, like in there, like stores everything nice and neat.
Yeah, I love that. Some of them you knew what it was, but not the points. Sometimes you just go for the points and didn't care what figure out what the category was. Like. Really solid game. Setup
was easy. Learn the rules. There's a minute-long video which pretty much answered most of the stuff you were asking as long as you pay attention. Questions range from very simple to very difficult, which was the point.
Yeah, and obviously higher number questions are more difficult, and it made a lot of sense. And a lot of them, like you could tell that this is a much more difficult question. There were a couple of those that we.
Like, really? That's a what?
Yeah. But they were like geography, and I don't know geography.
I don't think we ever had the reverse, though. I don't think we ever got like a 4 or 5 where like, oh, yeah.
That's super simple.
This definitely tends to skew to more difficult, but every single question is multiple choice, so no matter what, you always have a 25% chance to guess it, which I liked.
Yeah.
So, are you on the good? Great. And obviously, I want to put a caveat here. With trivia games, it's its own separate beast here. I mean, but for trivia games, would you put this on the good or great category for you personally?
As if I were going to play a trivia game, this is probably the one that I would play.
Because
I would say verging on great for me.
Because I think with trivia games and word games, like they're just their own separate category where it's like you got to be in the mood, you got to have the crowd for this. I go great. Also, I really dig this one. I think of the people playing. There was 3 of us. I would say I'm probably the least intelligent. I have no problem saying that. I have my areas of expertise where I could definitely crush if we're talking about sports or this, that, the other thing. But just general knowledge, I think I would be the one who would most likely win most games if we were just playing like Trivial Pursuit or another trivia game. I love the multiplier ones. I think that's a really cool topic. I honestly love the fact that they come with some expansion cards in here. That you can just set out one of them and you can just put them out there so people, when you do get those wild cards, those doublers, you could do it. I like I absolutely love the press your luck aspect of the game.
Yeah, that was a good, because it's really, you can decide, like, I'm just going to go for the 4 or I'm going to go for, like, 3 1s.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was genius to me. And it makes it more gamery.
Oh, absolutely. And then the fact that you take the tiles from the middle and you slowly start to reveal the thing. So it's like, you know, I kind of want to take this, but I don't want to leave this for somebody else. Or like, I want to get to that one.
It's like, at one point I took one because I wanted to get the movie one underneath it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a great trivia game. Like, would I play it every game night? Would I play it most games? Probably not. I still don't think it's gamery enough that you're probably going to want to get this out most game nights unless your group really likes trivia. I felt like there was a really good variety of cards here. Was this like a 52 card deck with 5 questions? So you're looking at like 250 plus questions, and you're probably only going to see what, like 5, 7, 8
and
of
like,
them.
You buy the expansions that you're interested in, and then it's a game that you want to play. You know,
yeah,
and that can be for anybody.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a better trivia game. Like off the top of my head, I'm trying to think of another trivia game and say, I'd rather play that over Hexaquest. And I don't know if I have one. Because the bottom line is, a lot of the time with trivia games, they just fall into that problem where if there's an uneven discrepancy in the intelligence level, it's really hard to counterbalance it.
Maybe Wits and Wagers.
Oh, yeah, Wits and Wagers kicks the crap out of this. I mean, especially if you go to Vegas. Yeah. Wits and Wagers Vegas, oh, baby. But that's like one of my top 100 games of all time. Very different game, though. Very different game, though. Yeah, I think this is great.
Great.
Making my collection, but here's the question I was asked. Would this make your collection if I offered it?
Absolutely. 100%.
And I think if you like trivia games, I think this is going to crush it for you. And I think if you don't like trivia games, this one might be one that you want to try because it does have some gamery aspects to it. It was Hexaquest. I like this one an awful lot.
Likewise.
Hexaquest. It looks like it might be your cup of tea. Be sure to check this one out. I'll post an Amazon link down below because that's a way I can make money. I should start doing that. Also, in the comments below, let me know what is your favorite trivia game of all time. I already mentioned mine. It was Wits and Wagers Vegas, which that's also because I love gambling and it does a great job simulating that.
I'm going to say it's probably Hexaquest.
Really? Over Wits and Wagers? And Wits and Wagers Vegas? Have you played Wits and Wagers Vegas?
What changes in it?
Oh, you get all the gambling. You can start gambling a whole bunch. Like you place chips out, you gamble. Oh, we got to bust.
Wasn't that what Wits and Wagers is? Maybe I only played the
No,
Vegas
this one
version.
ups the gambling.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a whole bunch.
All right.
But you still like Hexaquest better?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Let me know in the comments below what's your favorite trivia game of all time. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. This video is brought to you by all of my amazing Patreon supporters, and I would love it if you would join their ranks and have your name immortalized in the end of many of my videos for the end of time. But consider for only $1 a month, and as always, thanks for stopping by.